Hello everyone, my name is Mariam Mokhtar. I have one question for the Bandani administration. Why are we rewarding failure? For your information, the Littoral Combat Ship or LCS scandal is worse than the 1MDB saga, and yet no one has been found responsible. No former Minister of Defence has been grilled and no explanation has been offered. It's business as usual in Putrajaya. On the 21st of August, The Edge Malaysia reported that Bousted Heavy Industries had sold its 21% stake in Bousted Naval Shipyard to the Ministry of Finance for a nominal sum of RM1. To the casual observer, it looks very much like a bailout, and we are still in the dark about the role played by former Ministers of Defence, MINDEF officials and also corrupt cronies. What did the taxpayer do to deserve all of them? How many more billions of ringgits of taxpayers' money will the government spend recklessly on the wasteful Ministry of Defence with its retinue of allegedly corrupt officials and crony companies? Earlier in the year, the government decided that the scandal-ridden LCS contractor would be taken over to ensure the LCS project's completion. Yes, we know the arguments. If Bousted Naval Services is not saved, a Bumi company will have to close shop. The mainly Bumi workers will face unemployment, the company will lose talented employees, and the Malay electorate will be angry because nothing was done to save them. Of lesser importance, perhaps, is the argument that saving the LCS project will ensure that our extensive shoreline will be protected against foreign invaders or pirates who can take over high-value cargo on container ships. Who would have thought that the most deadly pirates that Malaysians need protection from are on land, in the form of the former Ministers of Defence, the main contractor for the LCS project, and the subcontractors. The pirates live amongst us, perhaps also in Putrajaya. The government appears to dismiss our moral outrage. Yet again, we must learn to understand that at the end of the day, for them, for the politicians, it's all about votes. We've been told that in Bousted Naval Shipyard's revised contract, the number of commissioned ships has been reduced to 5 from 6. And to add insult to injury, the government will pay an additional 11.2 billion ringgits compared to the original cost of 9 billion ringgits. The first vessel will be delivered in August 2026 and the fifth in April 2029. Why should we believe Bousted this time? Why? Why should we trust the Ministry of Defence? The contract to build the LCS vessels was awarded to Bousted in 2013. The first of the 6 vessels should have been delivered in April 2019 and the last in October 2021. 9 years from when the contract was first awarded, the Public Accounts Committee told us that not one of the 6 ships that were commissioned had been completed or had even been built. Putrajaya had already paid 6 billion ringgits to Bousted Naval Services. Has no one in the Ministries of Defence and Finance heard about due diligence? We, the taxpayer, paid 6 billion ringgits for acquiring ghost ships, and for money, of course, to line the pockets of dirty politicians, dirty civil servants and cronies. the audited accounts for Bousted Naval Services for the financial year ending 31st December 2022 showed that Bousted recorded net liabilities of around 848 million ringgits, while the losses after tax was 150 million ringgits. Bousted Holdings claimed that the 1 ringgit selling price was determined in consideration of this latest audit. With the liability and debt of around 1 billion ringgits, then the 6 billion which has already been paid out for those ships, and the amended cost of building the LCS of 11 billion, and perhaps you throw in a few billion ringgits here and there for incidental expenses, it means that we could be looking at the taxpayer having to fork out around 20 billion ringgits. And that is why I say the 1 NDB saga looks like loose change in comparison. On the 10th of December 2022, the newly appointed Defence Minister Muhammad Hassan, he told reporters that there is no point talking about history when he was grilled by the reporters about the LCS scandal. I think he said something like, we will ensure that the ships are built. No point talking about history. Muhammad claimed that he would be briefed on the LCS project to obtain a clearer picture of the multi-billion ringgit project, so he could study the background of the LCS delays and the issues involved. Ironically, he failed to appreciate that being briefed and studying the delays and issues all have a historical context. Like most Malaysian politicians, he is out of touch with the sentiments of the people. We have lost billions of ringgits via the porous Ministry of Defence, which fritters away our taxpayers' money on ghost ships, on low-quality armaments, and on useless weaponry. Will Muhammad understand that history, it is only through history that it gives us a chance to learn from our own and from other people's past mistakes? MINDEF, Ministry of Defence, must rate amongst the top 5 corrupt ministries. It is a heavyweight ministry. When things are purchased, they are in the hundreds of millions or perhaps even billions of ringgits, with the exception of bailouts, where it's only 1 ringgit. Over the decades, there have been several allegations of bribery and corruption in MINDEF, where foreign officials have allegedly been bribed, where equipment has been lost or gone missing during an audit, or weaponry and armament have fallen off the back of a lorry. But do we hear of anyone or any company being found guilty and punished for their crimes? The unity government cannot simply reward failure and not tell us who was responsible for the LCS scandal and what punishment awaits them. Why is Prime Minister Anwar Ibrahim sweeping more dirt under the carpet? Thank you for listening. Speak to you soon. If you like my videos, please press like and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Please also visit my Patreon channel if you wish to sponsor me. Thank you.